Hi, welcome everyone. My name is David.
Hello everyone, I'm Eva.
And this is the ALSIT Infosec stream. Today is the Blue Team Day. That means that we're going to do something that is related more to either security monitoring or forensics or incident response. And I had the idea to just lower the music a little bit. So my idea was after Friday's stream to continue a bit with wireless, and on Friday just switch to the this one a little bit. So on Friday we built two little attacker tools, the Pi Sniffer here, so let's zoom a little bit. So the Pi Sniffer and the Ponagochi, which are, well, tools that are not really targeting, unfortunately. So you can do some basic filtering with these to decide which target you would like to exclude, but there's not an easy way to point these towards the network that you would like to assess. Still, I find some good value in these, maybe after some additional digging, because Ponagochi is pretty feature rich little project and device if you put this one together. And a Pi Sniffer, I think it's also something that shouldn't be that difficult to extend. So we'll see how we can use these during an assessment, but today I wanted to prepare something for our lab that we can use later on as well as we look at other assessment tools. And we're going to have a series of streams where we're going to have some of the virus tools that we're planned to use in an upcoming virus assessment. So today we're going to build an intrusion detection system, hopefully, if everything goes well, and feed the logs from that intrusion detection system into a log server. And this one works really well with Graylog. This virus IDS is actually from the creators of the Graylog project. And afterwards we'll see there's also Kismet, which has some intrusion detection capabilities. We'll see how we do time-wise. But
I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's really great, but there's a lot of moving parts, so we'll see how it plays out. And I did some initial research on it, so I looked up a couple of blog posts discussing how this type of project can be put together. I think it should, at least the Nzyme one and the Graylog one, should fit into the 3-hour stream time, and then we'll see with the Kismet. Well, maybe we'll just install it and later on cycle back to it as we do some other attacker tools and refine our methods. But my idea is that this will be useful for some of the upcoming streams where we do Wi-Fi attacks with tools, and then we can see if these open source solutions detect it, or can we see signs of malicious activity? Because the assessment that we will have in February, right? It's is not really a red team one, but I think knowing the defender side and how to detect things can be a great thing to add in case of a project. Sorry, it was just very disturbing for me to see your alerts, and I'm going to do the same thing with my mobile phone actually. All right, so before we get started, let me just look at the notes here. So today we're going to look at virus intrusion detection systems and see what logs we can get out of it. I also would like to do maybe some packet capturing, but we'll see how we do time-wise. I haven't looked at really what Nzyme is producing, but normally it should be some nice formatted logs, and maybe it's a bit less than full packet capture, so there's less risk. And I have an interesting news about that one. not tomorrow. Tomorrow is very important as well. So those of you who are in the Hacker Shuli meetup group, we're going to have Zoltan. I think he's going to present something, and he was very anxious. I still have, I think, the messages from him. So if he's, I don't know if he's in the chat yet, but
I cannot see him.
If he's not there, then I will just send him a message and tell him that no, we're not going to have a stream tomorrow,
because then we couldn't attend his
exactly.
stream,
But
and we are looking forward.
We're keeping to the same schedule. So Monday blue team, Wednesday red team ish. And my plan is to continue playing the flaws CTF. We have to finish the first one and then start the second one, and we'll see how we do time wise. We're able to do the entire thing. There's also a defender side. So today and tomorrow is more like purple-ish, but I leave the LED colors as blue and red. Yeah, we have the blue one set today, because it's mostly going to be focusing on the blue team side today, and on Wednesday, so not tomorrow, Wednesday is going to be more red team and still cloud security. Tomorrow, I'm very sorry, but I totally forgot what was the, I know, it's some binary reversing, I think, the topic of Zoltan's stream for tomorrow. I think it's going to be on Twitch. I think it's Twitch, so don't forget about that one. You're in for a treat this week. Lot of streams coming up, and then on Friday we planned to do a long stream, and just to spice it up, I have a couple fun activities planned. So after maybe an hour of building the 3D printer, which at least will take probably 6 hours, so we'll start and then we'll see how long it takes, as long as it takes. But we really need the 3D printer to print cases for like the little devices that we have, and a few additional ones that are just like without a case, and I want to have some sort of case for the assessment for these, so it's gonna be more water resistant, or at least when you have like a drop of rain, it will not short circuit everything immediately. So we're going to put together a Prusa Mini Plus 3D printer, and the estimated time for it is 6 hours. Probably will be much more, but I have a couple of fun things planned. So it's not just going to be us building the printer and building the printer and building the printer, but we're also going to have a bit of fun. And then, so about the Hungarian stream, we're still haven't decided how we're going to schedule that one. This week we're not doing the continuation of the junior pen tester path, but eventually we will try to squeeze it in. It's just that doing this many stream is really demanding, so we need to be considerate to do other things as well.
We have to work on project.
Yeah, we also have to work apparently.
So yeah.
So that's for the upcoming schedule for this week, and then let's look at the news. Where do I have my voter? So I'm going to switch to the tweets. Yeah, exactly. So let's switch to the view on the screen, because we have a couple news that we would like to discuss. These are a mix of everything that I saw today on either on Twitter's, Daniel Meiser's newsletter was also just sent out like an hour ago. If you're not signed up for that one, there's a free version of it, and I recommend checking that one out. I think he also does like a same kind of letter, is it like an email, newsletter thing, but as a podcast format, or is it like he basically walks through the same subjects, or it's a bit different, or you listen to it a couple of times?
Yes, I listened to it recently.
I had grab some water in the meantime. No, but go ahead. Like,
oh, sorry, I thought that you were leaving. Go ahead, speak.
It's just this part, but no, go ahead. Like, what was the? Because I didn't remember that you.
To his podcast, but recently I didn't have time for that. Yes, I think that he has different kinds of
Oh, it's not the same.
podcasts. Yeah, and he also has a book club for subscribers only, where they pick a book in advance and they discuss it. But yeah, he covers news,
Anyway, Daniel Mercer's
human and technology
newsletter is
related
pretty good.
as well, not only security related ones.
Okay. Yeah, it's a mix, but I like especially the discovery part because he just lists out a couple projects that he found on internet, and I always pick up some good tools and good techniques from there. Usually I look for the GitHub projects in that section. He also covers some of the news. So the first one here, F5 vulnerabilities. If you have F5 in your organization, we have new patches, and the CVS scores are pretty high for the first two, but they require authenticated administrative access. But my understanding is that, yeah, so it's JavaScript code injection, which is, I think it's like a code word for cross-site scripting. Kind of feels like it. And then big IP, same kind of thing. So these were some of the higher ones. And then I haven't really checked the rest one, because if these are really the highest ones, then this is probably not a super important patch. Still, just keep in mind that...
You know, when it comes to your F5, I don't know how much in depth you need to analyze the vulnerabilities, or you may be on the safer side to just...
Yeah, I mean, but it's... Yeah, but F5 is usually in line with your whole internet connectivity, so taking it down for a patching, because I presume it requires some reboot eventually. Yeah, but time to schedule the regular maintenance window and do the patching for this one. So F5, and then McAfee has two vulnerabilities, and now it's I'm not even sure what is it still McAfee, or they're not going to do the renaming
convention? Yeah, I lost track of it.
Yeah. I mean, they eventually going to rename the company or have the merged name, which is I still
can't remember. The product as well.
I think so. Yeah. Now they have McAfee everything, so it's gonna be the one beginning with a T. I still haven't looked it up, but eventually we will see it everywhere. Like it's FireEye and McAfee.
Especially on Twitter.
They're going to be
complain about the new name.
Yeah. Well, there's always someone complaining about the name. So two vulnerabilities, both of them are command injection, privilege escalation type of vulnerabilities. The command injection one, yeah, it's on the McAfee agent, so it's privilege escalation, practically speaking. And yeah, so these are fun vulnerabilities. I haven't seen what's the score here.
Here you can see the CVSS.
Okay.
Yeah, but
it's based on temporary scores. Okay.
Yeah, but that's already they rated as rate both.
Yeah, I mean CVS scores are CVS scores, so they're imperfect, but it's something.
It gives you
anyway.
An indication.
It's a privilege escalation. So if you have McAfee, yeah, that one I would put it on the list to patch. And this one was from the newsletter, and initially, so in the newsletter it reads system takeover, and I was like, wow, that sounds cool. Yeah, it's two cross-site scripting vulnerabilities in Drupal. Still, I mean, yes, or maybe do I need to just, yeah. So both of them are cross-site scripting, and strangely, one is lowercase and the other one is, it's weird. Anyways, so two cross-site scripting one, and yes, I mean, cross-site scripting, I guess, eventually can lead to system takeover, because if you get admin access, then you can get a shell on the box and then get yourself like access to the system. I'm not trying to downplay cross-site scripting, but I wouldn't call it system takeover. Let's call it what it is. It's cross-site scripting, and it's core.
Very interesting naming. Moderately critical.
Yeah, it's like bad, but not that bad. I mean, cross-site scripting is pretty bad, so.
But you also need to check which Drupal versions are impacted. So if you scroll down a bit more, you can see that if you are using Drupal 7, update to 7.86, and this one
It's all
Okay,
over.
it's
It's all
7
across
and
the board. Yes.
9 as well.
So yeah, I mean different versions. End of life and do not receive secure. Okay, so it's not like it's not affected. It's just end of life. So yeah,
so
you
should
well,
probably...
you can't patch because there's no patch for it. All right, so Drupal, yeah, I think these are also pretty important, but I mean eventually
it's highly
scripting. Yeah, it's Drupal is everywhere. And then the Rust. This was something that I did not have time to really read, but apparently you can do arbitrary file and directory deletion with one severity that exists in the framework. So yeah, if you're using Rust because you're one of the cool kids, then yeah, check this one out as well. A couple other things. This was mentioned in the okay, it comes in. So Malware Unicorns Reverse Engineering 101. I don't know if it's new or because this was out there for quite some time.
She used to
right. So yeah. Anyways, it was mentioned in the newsletter from Danny and Meister, so I thought it's something worth mentioning. It's completely free, beginner-friendly course on reverse engineering and has hands-on stuff and labs and whatnot. I think I haven't updated eventually the new section on the bot, so if you want to grab these, yeah, I'm just halfway through doing it, so I'll try to do that one in a jiffy and finish up this one. You might have noticed that today we had some technical difficulties with the start. One of the videos on a website started playing while we were just doing the getting ready part of the stream, and I kind of panicked. I decided that I will just stop the whole thing. Yeah, I think like these are the interesting ones, and I'm not sure how that works out with the stream, but that kind of prevented me from finishing up the update for the news section part. But give me a second and we should have all the comments updated. Yeah, well, we'll see. It's like kinda. Yeah, so let me check out if I do an @news, or do I have or exclamation mark, not that. Yeah, looks good. So these are the link collections, and I included this one. The others are less important or not really. They're not really news, but something that happened today, and I thought that it worth mentioning. So check out this one. I don't know what's actually in there, but I see labs here, and that's always awesome. I saw this one just a couple seconds before or minutes before we went live. Armitage is something that was like the free shell, the stripped down version of Cobalt Strike that Raphael Mach created, and I think it was abandoned for quite some time, even before Raphael left the company after the acquisition. So Raphael Mach does not work on Cobalt Strike anymore for years now. I don't know if how many of you know this, but the tool itself got forked just recently, and they did some updates on it. So now this should work on the latest greatest Kali if you miss Armitage. And Armitage is really just like a wrapper or a framework around Metasploit. So it's a graphical interface, but you can also do some automation with scripting. They call it Cortana scripting. I think it's still the same thing inside Cobalt Strike. They just call them aggressor scripts or something like that, but it's using the Sleep scripting language, which is pretty ugly in my opinion, but it works really well for this kind of automation. So it's a built-in scripting mechanism, and now Armitage is up to date, and we have the link here. If you're interested, I can also drop this one maybe in the chat, just as an extra, if you want to grab it so you don't have to write it down. And then SIFCon. I like to mention this conference everywhere I can because it's one of my favorite ones. It's in and I'm probably not going to pronounce it properly, so sorry about that one. Gdynia, Poland. It's near Dansk. So it's like the other city, I think further south. And this is a really awesome conference, fantastic presenters, folks like Rob Fuller, and I'm kind of blanking, but Rob Fuller was definitely
We
there
can
a couple of
check the
times.
archive.
Oh yeah. Why don't we just check
The
the
archive.
archive? Yeah, so we can check previous years. Roberto Rodriguez, I'm pretty sure he was also there. So you see names.
Yes, here are the nicknames,
Kornelonich, what's his name? Chris something. I forgot his name, but yeah. So Mubix
Maybe
is
if
Rob
you click on
Fuller.
it.
Yeah, I think they just went with the okay, cool. Chris Gates, that's the one. So they were keynotes, I think multiple times in multiple days. Multiple years. They've been there at the conference, and they're not the only one. So you see here other names as well. Pretty cool conference. They have the call for papers open, so you can submit if you have something interesting.
Call for workshop,
and
and
call for
call for
training. Yeah, they also have
yeah.
trainings. I think it's after the
Can you please
conference.
click on that one? Yes.
Yeah, so you have call for papers, call for workshops, and finally they moved because it's near the seaside, so they have a really nice sand beach where you can just walk around and
Check out the pictures on Twitter.
and they're really nice, but they always put the conference beginning of May, and it was still kind of chilly there. So I really hope that this is it's July, so it's midsummer.
timing,
It should be perfect with the weather, and it's even more. Anyway, without getting down to the seaside and to the beach, it's still a great place, and it's a fantastic conference. But I think it will be even better this way, and it's in person for now. We'll see. Maybe we will have the Omega variant, and we'll all be wiped out. But anyways, one last thing no, it's not funny. We have one last thing that I want to mention, because this morning I listened to a podcast. Some of you might be listening to the same podcast, and they were talking about a case that happened years ago with Google. And the coverage for the story was missing some details, and I want to first clear out what it was about, and then also talk a little bit about why they use the technology this way, and it has some implications on what we were doing on Friday. That's why I was very cautious and careful not to capture anything that I don't have permission to, and we managed to do that with a bit of luck, because it's kind of hard to control these things. But I think it's important to talk about this one, and whenever you consider playing around with Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi security, you have to be very careful. It's easy to make mistakes. So this story is from the time when Google's Street View was still in an early stage, and you've probably seen at least once, or maybe on a picture, Google Street View cars. They have the big camera on top. It's like a big bowl, and it takes pictures, and that's how we have Street View. But it's a little known fact that they also look at wireless networks, and they capture the SSIDs of access points. Now, looking at the SSID of access points is totally fine. It's perfectly good. If you fire up your laptop or any device, this is what your device is doing. However, what they did, and this was reported to be was something that was not intentional. I mean, the person who wrote the code probably did it intentionally, but it passed through their code review. So they made a mistake there, and they left a portion there that was capturing data frames as well. Data frames is where the actual juicy stuff is. In wireless, we have 3 different types of frames. You have management frames, that's where you see the SSID being passed on in certain type of subtypes, like a beacon and probe request response messages. You will see the SSID value, and that's fine. Those are going to be always unencrypted, and you can capture it because that's the way how you find a network and how you can connect to it. There are also control frames. That's not really important right now why we have control frames, but it's to control the access to the wireless medium. We need to make sure that we only have one device talking at a time. And then we have data frames. In an open network, everything is in the clear and you can just capture frames. When this happened, it was still, I think, 2000.
According to the article, it's
10-ish, so
yeah.
2008 and 2010. Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, here, this is after the scandal, but it was still in early days of wireless. Around this years, we still had plenty of WEP networks around, a lot of open networks around, and the reason why they wanted to capture these is, and this is still what they do for the SSID part, not for data frames, is to support the functionality in Google Maps for triangulating your position. You probably noticed that when you logged into or started up the Maps application. For example, on iPhone, it will tell you that, hey, would you like to have location tracking enabled? And you're gonna say, yeah, of course, because I want to know where am I. And if you're inside a building, you're still going to have a very precise triangulation of your position. This is based on what your device sees for the surroundings. And on Friday, we looked at the Wiggle website. Let me just bring it up again. So Wiggle.net does exactly the same thing. It has it's with a single G, not with a, sorry. It's a Wiggle. I always, for some reason, write it with two G's, but it's single. So Google has the same type of database as Wiggle has. And by looking at what your wireless adapter in your phone sees and comparing it with their database, they can triangulate the position of the device looking at that information. And that's good. We like that. That's a good feature. The problem is if they capture data frames, they don't have permission to do that. And that's going to be a problem. And this is actually what happened. So initially they captured it because it slipped through the code review. And one thing that was mentioned in the podcast was that Google got away with this. They didn't get away with it. Eventually they had to pay a fine. Now it's kind of interesting because originally I thought it's $1 million that they had to pay. Then I looked into it, and apparently initially they agreed to pay $7 million fine. But I found, just as I was verifying if I remember correctly, another article which talks, I think 2 or 3 years later, about an agreement to pay $30 million.
Is it the same?
It's the same case. It's the same case, but apparently something happened there, and I think they didn't fully.
It says that
fix
Google
the
settled
Yeah.
the case.
Which is like
Have you
agreeing
read
that
this
you.
article entirely?
Not entirely, but it's the same case. So I just browsed through it, and it's
Because
still.
it's very strange. It says that it's settled
Yeah, but
over the same issue.
Yeah, same issue. Definitely
And
the
what
same
happened?
issue.
Latest post settlement includes.
This is interesting.
It's
I'm not
very-
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what
Yeah.
happened here.
You need good lawyers.
Well, yeah, I think they settled for an amount, and it turned out that they didn't entirely fix the problem, or not sure what
I
happened
have
here.
no legal
we're-
background.
Yeah,
but
me
it's
neither.
very
I don't know. I
strange
have
to
no idea.
settle,
Yeah, and then
Then change
go
it
back again.
later,
So yeah, it's kind of weird. Oh, this one is actually not something that this is for later. Oh no, this is actually still tied to this. Not really to the case, but in the podcast, there was a moment when one of the hosts mentioned that they probably fired up a rainbow table and they did some cracking on Google did some cracking for the passwords. They didn't. At least I hope. They had probably everything, and they probably captured some of the handshakes. I really hope that they didn't. And the other thing is that in case of WPA networks, we don't really use rainbow tables. They don't really work the same way. We have something similar, and I just want to clarify this because it's not rainbow tables. Rainbow tables are typically used for hashing algorithms where there's no sea or salt value. and they work in a special way where there's a smaller lookup table for all the passwords. And we have these chains. If you ever looked at rainbow tables, you probably recall these chains. Whenever there's a password that we're looking up in the rainbow table, first we're going to do perform a lookup and see if the password is in a specific set of chains. Usually we have these rainbow tables are fairly large and they partitions into multiple files. We're going to look at one file, see if that set of chains include that password along any of the chains, and we need to go through the chain using the same hashing operations to get to the you're looking at is it incorrect what I'm saying?
No,
but eventually we will get to
I'm mistaken, but I remember that first you perform some functions on and then you check the last one to know in which row
in the chain
and then
that's what I've said for a lookup, so that's what I meant. But you're right, so there's a function that tells you which chain you need to look at, and I think it's two different functions along the chain that you need to go through. But the point is that you find the appropriate chain, and then you need to get to the point of the chain to determine what is the password for the hash that you're looking at. Now, this doesn't work in WPA like this, WPA or WPA2. WPA3 fixes it a little bit, so it's going to do more rounds, so it makes brute forcing harder. But the way pre-computation works, and that's why I have this blog post, I tried to find something graphical. I couldn't find it, unfortunately. But
what is that view image? Is it an image?
Yeah, you need to click. Yeah, but I mean it's.
Oh.
It's a separate thing, and I don't know which one hides the important part. But don't worry, the important part here is really the how the pairwise master key is going to be calculated, and that's how we calculate it. So the problem with this, and then afterwards we going to use the pre-shared secret, and then in the pairwise master key we are going to go through the key derivation function here multiple times, and actually 4096 times, so there are that many rounds, and it's using SHA-1 as you can see it, and we seed it with the passphrase, which is the original PSK, not the PSK actually, yeah. So it's the passphrase that you use for your network, and it also uses the SSID value and the length of the SSID. Well, actually, if you know the SSID, then you can calculate the length, but it does require the SSID, and the tables that you can use to attack a handshake. We didn't do that on Friday. We did a standard brute force attack with hashget, a dictionary based one, and then an actual brute force on trying to go through all the various numerical values. And here what you can do is you can pre-compute tables with known SSIDs, and that way you can perform a quick lookup. But it's not really a rainbow table, it's the same kind of time storage trade-off. So you spend time to do the computation ahead of time, and when you actually have to run the algorithm, then it's going to be faster because you already did that, but you need to store that information so you can perform a quick lookup. That's just computer algorithms 101. And what you can do here is have pre-computed tables for things like linksys, and then that's why or D-link or TP-link. But newer devices, that's why they have some random string at the end. So this will be infeasible to do because you would have to pre-compute it for all the various combinations. So you usually see on our target network that we used on Friday, we have the so we have 4 hex characters afterwards, so 3F, 36 following the string TP-link. That's why they include it, and that's why if you sign up for a subscription at an internet provider, that's when you have a random string usually in the SSID. So changing the SSID might be worse for security, because if you pick something like access point 1, there's probably a pre-computed cable for the common ones. You can find sites where you see these pre-computed cables, but they're not really rainbow cables. So I just wanted to straighten out the facts for that because it ties to what we're going to see here today. Alrighty, so let's see what we have for the agenda. Yeah, I think I'm going to skip this one now. So in previous streams, I can say what came with the box, with the mailbox. What came with the mail today and what's in the mailbox. Today I just got one thing. I signed up for a class, which is I have the books here. So it's this Sense class here. I'm not sure if it's visible, which is just a couple of books that came with the mail. And this is a class on presentation, and I got the chance to work a little bit on the notes for this class. And this class was
that? It was before the
definitely, yeah. I think in 2018 or something like that, but it took some time to get the recording and have the finalized version. And it's with the late Alan Poehler, who was one of the founders of Sense, and he passed away, I think, a few months ago. Yeah, a few weeks. Yeah, I think it's already like a month ago. It was in December, yeah. Or maybe November, I can't remember exactly, but yeah, a couple of weeks ago he passed away, unfortunately. So I thought that I will check out what was the end result, because I never had the time to look at it, and it will be probably a bit weird to look at Alan knowing that he's no longer with us, but that's what came with the mailbox today. And diving into the content part, so on Friday we put together these two attack devices, and I was planning to touch upon the intrusion detection part, but it took quite some time to even get to the end with the Ponagochi one. So we ended up doing the redirect team side and didn't have time to look at the intrusion detection side. But today I plan to do that, and we're not going to build the hardware that much as we did on Friday, but it's kind of like a mix, so we're still mixing the hardware part a little bit. And let me just switch here. So we're going to put together Nzyme, and what my plan is to do is to zoom out, is to use a Raspberry Pi. This is with the Kismet case, which has some interesting characteristics, as I was trying to see if everything works well with this Raspberry Pi, because I put it in the case. It's just 3 layers of 3D printed plastic, and then you have these torque screws holding the whole thing together. It's not a perfect case, even though it looks very shiny, because the problem with it is that the ports are a bit too low. If you take a closer look, and we're gonna have a hard time attaching the power even, because the power cord doesn't fit nicely in there. Let me just try to. So it's gonna be a bit imperfect because this part is in the way, the middle layer. But we'll see. So I think it kind of works when I put in an SD card with a Raspbian system and booted it up to see if it works. Then. Or maybe it was the other one, I'm not sure. One of the Pis, but one definitely works, so we'll figure out which one was that I was checking out before the stream. And then we had and then we had the I discovered that these cases are not perfect, but it looks very eye candy and shiny, so I'm not going to get it out from the case unless we have to. And then we have an SD card here. And I also would like to try out some of the classic attacks, but more controlled, than like a Ponagochi. I do want to turn these ones on and see what we can detect. But I also have here this one. This device is a D-Strike, and it's based on one of the Espressif chips, and it's a Wi-Fi deauthor. It's a hardware deauthor, does deauthentication and some of other type of denial of service attacks. So I will see if we can target my phone and do the deauthentication on the phone and run some of the less harmful attacks. I think there's one implemented that will just pollute the SSID, so it will do a lot of SSID announcements. It's more of a prank than an actual denial of service type of attack, but these devices are pretty cool. And I checked the documentation for Nzyme, and they said that it should work with some of these adapters that I do have in stock. So these are Panda adapters. They only work on 2.4 gigs, but that should be fine because like the Ponagochi devices are also just operating on that frequency. And this is an alpha card here. Normally these ones should be supported. So if you go to the documentation and let's try to put this one also in the chat. So the documentation for this one is mentioning the installation and configuration part on, I think, requirements or somewhere. Yeah, so there's the list. So we're going to use this card here. Hopefully it will work. And then we also have, I can't remember which one. I think it's this one here. This one is definitely something you cannot get anymore because this is a really, really great card, but it's discontinued. I only have one of these and I wasn't sure where I can find it. This is also an older one and discontinued. They work out of the box. I think that's why they recommend it. It should work, I think, with other alpha cards as well. But the problem is that they require a driver install, which is fairly easy, I think, for the newer alpha cards. You can just get the aircrack one and compile it, and it should work. At least on Kali, it works pretty well. But we're not going to do that. We're going to use one of the supported cards. I think we're going to start with the Pandas because I can stuff in two. And then later, if we have time, we can use one for Nzyme and the other one for Kismet. And then this is a project, as I mentioned, from the creators of Graylog. So I think here in uplinks, they do mention it. Yeah, so they mentioned that there's a Graylog, and I have the OVA VM downloaded. That's not the latest, greatest Graylog, but I think it should work.
You are not
oh, sorry. Yeah. Let me just switch here. I was just looking at the documentation. So here under requirements, you find the cards here. So it's the Panda one, and this is the alpha one that we have. Next to me, Panda 06. These are pretty good ones, by the way, and then the alpha card. So we're going to use one of these, and then the optional Graylog setup is also something that I'm interested. There's an OVA image that you can download from the Graylog site. Graylog OVA, and okay, fantastic. You can get the virtual appliances from here. So if you want to do the same thing, then I think it's this link here. Yeah, and I downloaded the latest, greatest one, which is a little bit hard to find. So not the version 3, but the version 4 and this one here. I downloaded, this one. So if you want to download the same one, you need to drop this one also in the chat. And that's pretty much all the preparation that I've done because this would take fairly long. But I haven't, and I should have done this. I haven't burned the Raspbian OS for the card, so I'm going to do that. I have an SD card here, and I'm going to insert it to the laptop, and then we're going to burn it. And while it's doing its thing, we can check the documentation and figure out what we will do. All right, so blank SD card, and I am not going to use Balena Etcher for this time. It's just the UAC, but instead I'm going to use the Raspberry Pi Imager. I'm going to choose the OS, and I need headless, so I'm not going to install the desktop, but instead I'm going to go with the light, because I don't want to have the GUI overhead. This should be fine. 32-bit, yeah, let's go with that one. Select the SD card, and then we're going to write it. Yep. And also, bit different from Friday's stream is that I would like to configure it in a headless mode. So we're going to enable SSH. And I did one more thing as a preparation. I created a VPA supplicant configuration file that I'm not going to show because it will connect to our lab Wi-Fi, and I'm not going to give you the password for lab Wi-Fi. It's going to allow us to. Okay, it's just a regular Nightbot activity. So we're going to connect through the Wi-Fi and then do the configuration through there. At least that's the plan. Hopefully it work. I do have. And let me just double check if I really have the Graylog thingy downloaded here. We can actually import that one in while this is ongoing. So we need to create a new virtual machine. Custom. Yeah, that's the latest, greatest. Wait, no, I think it's easier if I open, because it's an OVAP. So yeah, and I already downloaded it here. So I'm going to open this one up. And I'm just doing it off screen a bit. Well, it doesn't make too much sense, but oh, now I lost it. Where is it? Oh, this directory, and then I'm going to call this no, I'm going to call this the Graylog version is what I want to give. Like this. So it's importing. This one is done. Now, I find it a little bit annoying that after burning it to the SD card, you need to, and I'm probably going to properly remove it. Oh, no, I don't even have to. You need to insert it back again to get access to the boot partition. We need that. There's a couple file systems that Windows cannot handle. We need to do that because we're going to add an SSH file that just enables SSH, so nothing special there. So I'm just going to create a file SSH. Yes, and then I'm going to also copy over my VPA supplicant file. This is something that I prepared already. I'm not gonna show you the content, but it's just that we need to drop in here, and that's it. In the meantime, I also have the VM prepared. I like to do a quick snapshot on this for report, and I'll put this one aside because right now we don't really need it. At first, I want to make sure that everything works on the sensor. So I think we can remove the card. I'm going to eject the SD card. Go back here, and I'm going to switch this to dark mode. Dark mode for the win. All right. Let's see, the card should be fine. Inserting it. Inserting it into the, how's it going? It's going this way. inserted. I'm not sure if it's visible. And then the hard part, I need to fire this one up, and you will see that it's not getting there all the way, but it turns on, and we will just leave it like this and try not to touch it. I probably should have added I'm gonna carefully plug in maybe the adapters as well.
Please do it.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. So connecting these, and I'm gonna YOLO it. We'll see if it will recognize the two all at once. It should be hot plug, I think. I just don't want to move it too much because I'm afraid that it will just accidentally get unplugged or something like that. We have the attacker devices on the other side. If it will not recognize those, then this is my backup lab. But I can only fit there one, and I couldn't find a proper like long adapter cable, so we'll try it with this one. Or maybe I will try to add a USB hub and attach another one here. Now this will be kind of computationally expensive to run all the tools. So my plan is to, with the larger, I think it's an 8 gig, which we're not using because I installed the 32-bit system, but I think it's an 8 gig Raspberry Pi here. It should be beefy enough to handle things. And there's one more thing that I forgot to do, and we need to figure it out. So I'm going to ask you, Eva, to get in here and type here admin, please. And in the password manager, at the password, because we need to see what's the DHCP one. Yeah. And don't hit enter on it because we also need the one-time key. So let me just grab that one. Security is in our way. All right. Authenticator. So this one here, so right after the no, right after the password.
Oh, the second one.
Yep. Quickly. All right, I think it's good.
Too much friction.
Okay. Finally, it's there.
Ready.
Then just gonna grab this one. Sorry.
I'm happy to click the key.
I just don't want to give away too much on what kind of system we have. This should be our Raspberry Pi because it says Raspberry. So we have the whole thing was there just for the IP address. So after having the SSH part there, we should be able to SSH in 105. Over here. I SSH'd into this. Okay, let me just clean up my SSH directory. Just a sec. I was thinking about this before. I'm just going to delete the whole. Let's try it again. Ah, now it's better. I had another device apparently with the same IP address. This is a lab system, so. And then Raspberry. Did I? No, I think I'm missing a letter here. Cool. Now let's look at the interfaces. This looks good. So yeah, it's just out of order, a bit out of sequence. So this is the interface that we're using. That's the Raspberry Pi's interface. We're not going to touch that one. I want to have the others in monitor mode later. And okay, they're all in manage mode. This is the only one that is connected to this SSID, which is one of the lab Wi-Fi's. Okay. So far, so good. So let's see what we need to do to install it on a Raspberry Pi. First off, dependencies. All right, start with the dependencies then. Yeah, but so let me get on my soapbox. If you do this and you leave the $sign there for the copy.
Oh, really?
So there was some discussion with Sense authors whether we should include the dollar or the hash mark in front of the command, and why can't we just like have it in a separate place? But this, like this, if I click on copy, it's not gonna work well. Even copying. I think I did. I did copy. Okay. Anyways, copy. I'm just now I need to prove a point. See, why? Anyways, okay, it doesn't update. I wasn't sure if it's doing the update part. Okay. Postgres 11 is not there. How about this one? Done. I wonder if this is gonna be the right version though, but anyways. Okay, so we're installing dependencies. Maybe, let's hope we are installing
please
the...
wait a second.
Yeah?
Can you please scroll up? Okay, so it does not specify
No,
here in the
I think it's just
description.
it was a specific version at the time. I'm pretty sure it's okay. Or no, I don't know. What this is, and I don't know how this will turn out. That's why we're doing the whole thing. So download and install Nzyme. Okay, what's on the download page? So it's just a, oh, you need to do it like this. Okay. This is still installing. Oh, it's just Postgres.
13.
Yeah, but this is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. I don't know.
Yeah, because dependency
Yeah, no.
is a sort of thing which is just fine.
I don't know. Set up Postgres, but you create the database and everything. I think it's gonna be okay. I don't see why it would be version dependent, but
They want to check weekly.
nah.
No. Okay.
No, let's try it this way. If it works, then it works, and then if it doesn't, we'll figure it out. So cool. This is done. Then we need to where is it? I'm gonna install the dep package. wget. This just downloads it. Then we need to install it. Well, this is not the version. Looks good with sudo. Installing Nzyme. Pretty easy so far. Good Wi-Fi adapter. Yeah, we saw the... Okay, so normally I don't like the predictable interface naming, but in this case, because it might be included in the configuration file and we have multiple interfaces, I'm going to do whatever it says to set up. I don't know exactly, because I usually avoid doing it. Debian, Raspberry, and Stretch, and later you'd have started assigning predictable by default. Enable this on Raspberry and you delete the file. Okay, let's delete the file. Getting all the...
Do you want to make
alerts.
a backup before?
Yeah, we can also probably rename it. That's a good idea. So let's do...
Yeah, you can just rename it.
Oh, no, there's no space.
Oops.
Okay, And then I guess I need to reboot it or something. Well, I'll reboot it afterwards, I think. So, let's do a reboot now and see if they will come up, because the whole point is to make sure that they will have always the same name, and it's preserved between reboots. Because here it's, if I reboot it now with the old naming convention, it can be in a different order, but then I need to assign one interface to a specific process or tool. So let's reboot.
Do you want to increase?
Normally it should be yeah, I just so I did a reboot, sorry. I usually clean up the thing. This should be
The font
good.
size.
No, it should be good enough. I mean, this is not a projector. Like, people can just lean and look closer. Plus, there will be the video recording, so we'll be able to see it. All right, let's try to log back in. Raspberry Pis are fast. I think no, I didn't mistype it. So let's see. It's weird that it's still preserving it as VLAN 0, but maybe in the predictable naming convention, like that's what it assigns to. But this is cool. So it's always going to be the same name for these interfaces. This is really what we want. Even though, yeah, humanly, I don't find it very predictable, but it's going to be always the same. So when we put it in a configuration file, it should stay the same. Yeah, so he also has some nice gibberish name here. Okay, and then we're going to configure Postgres. I'm just going to move this one aside so we can do it faster.
Or maybe split screen. Both at the same time.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay.
The problem is that if I do it that way, I don't know. No, I don't want to. Let's just do it. It's only a few commands that I need to paste in here, so. Oops. Wait, your password here. Okay. User Nzyme. I'm going to use some simple password for this one because it's really just testing it out. So I'm going to call this Nzyme. No, Nzyme. Right? This is good. That's good. And then going to grant all privileges. That's a little bit harsh, yeah. On an entire database, but okay. And that's it. Normally that's all. So we just followed these steps. Here you need to change the password. That's it. Configure Nzyme. To the config file in a jiffy. For the following parameters. Let's take a look at the configuration file and then nano. Yes, nano. I'm still a nano person. Okay. I have no idea what the role leader is, but I like the sound of that. So ID, this is probably fine. Password hash. Okay, so this is just
yeah, it is the next
SHA
step in the
hash.
description.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to open up a terminal. Sage in. Got the IP, but I think it's this one. Okay. And I'm going to copy the whole thing and then watch how secure passwords I'm going to set here. Should be good.
Or you could have just Googled it.
Really? You think? But like how? Like SHA
Like the
to
SHA
yeah, I
256
could have generated it. Anyways, this is good. I like it. It's the delete way of doing it. Okay. This one definitely something that we need to change. So this was Nzyme, right?
Yes.
Nzyme. OUIs. Yeah, sure. Why not? So OUIs are the assignment for the first 3 bytes of the MAC address is for vendors, and
Do you
this
want
list.
to open up? Break down.
What? Like, what do you mean, like OUI list or like what? Yeah. So it's there's a even lookup tool. I wonder what this is. Wireshark has this OUI lookup tool, but I think there should be a list or like that.
I think that was.
Oh, okay. The Wireshark does have a lookup. Oh, this is the IEEE one.
Hmm?
So yeah, you see the assignment here for the different vendors. So this way you can identify the type of device that you're looking at. And I do like that, so I'm gonna go and leave it this to true. Python alerting. Hopefully this will work with the defaults. Okay, let's see what else we need to set up. So we had ID yes, like hash yes, database path. I don't know. This is probably I mean should access it. Python path, interfaces. What's on the interface side? I'm gonna skip the alerting part for now. Okay, so this is for the web stuff. Add here the proper external interface. Oh, this is for an API. Okay. I'm just gonna write it like this for the 2 of them. Yeah, no. We don't need TLS. Uplinks. I think this is for the that's for the Graylog connection. We'll do that one here. And then monitors. I'm pretty sure we need to change this one. This one has an IP. Yes, so it's not this one. We still want to connect there, so I'm gonna the first one here. Channels. We're in Europe, so I'm going to add 2 more channels to this one. I mean, normally this wouldn't transmit anything on 14, so I could also add 14. I'm not gonna do that just for. Normally I would add 14, but 14 is only for. Do you know which country is it for?
Japan.
Yeah, it's for.
Oh, really?
Really? Like that was a really good guess. Usually people are like shooting all around the globe, but in Japan they allow you to transmit on channel 14 as well. This is 2.4 gig, so because our adapters will, and this is only for testing purposes, I'm just going to leave it like this. But normally if you don't transmit, it should be okay if you have permissions to do this kind of monitoring, and I'm giving myself permission now, or you can give me permission, whichever way you want to do it. Channel hop interval, so this is probably going to be 1 channel at a time. Max idle time in seconds. Okay, here we probably need to define our own networks. I'm going to skip this one. Hopefully it will work without it. Alerts. Recording. Let's see the documentation if we need to set something else here. Ah, that's awesome. Lennart is the creator of Nzyme and Graylog, so awesome sauce. Thank you.
No pressure.
Then you can maybe take a look at the configuration file. This is so cool. Thank you for joining us. So we are. Let me show you what we have. Okay, we're going to jump a bit and show you what hardware we're using. So far, what we have is a Raspberry Pi. This is such a pleasant surprise. And then we have here two Panda 06s, because that's what I had nearby. I also have this Alpha one. This should work because it was in the list under requirements. So the Alpha and the Panda, I think it should be fine. And then let's see what we configured so far. So have same ones and they should all work. Okay, awesome. And it's a Raspberry Pi 4. I think it's the 8 gig one, but I installed the 32-bit Raspbian because I wasn't paying attention. It should work. What else do we have? We have the Ponagochi devices here and a Pi sniffer, and then a D-Strike. So these are going to be the ones that I plan to test the alerting. What else do we have here? This is the battery for the D-Strike. And then there's this TP-Link access point that is going to be the one that we're going to attack with these tools. I have a phone I'm going to connect there. That's going to be the client. That's pretty much our setup that I had in mind. And we're at the stage. So one thing, now that you're here, let me mention one thing with the setup part here. So for the dependencies, on the latest greatest Raspbian, Postgres 11, now the package was what, 13?
13.
Yeah, so 13. So I omitted the -11 part here. And I hope that it's still going to work. But you might wanna check on this one, because that is not something that that is now in the list of packages, and it's not there anymore. Okay, yeah. So that's cool, because then I don't have to make any pull requests for you. This is the lazy reporting for the bugs.
Did you already mention the $sign, or that's what?
No, I mean I didn't want to
be too
needy.
Yeah.
We're just welcoming Lennart here, so but okay, so the one that Ava was referring is copying. So this is great that you have this style, but if you click on copy, it copies also the $sign, and you have to like delete it. But I do understand it's a preference kind of thing, and it's important to include it, because that way you know if it's standard user or admin. But it makes it a bit cumbersome to follow along, and yeah, this whole block then would also be copied out. So
you sure?
It's really no biggie. So I'm just copying the command parts here.
And yeah, and you have to also pay attention to.
Yeah, the version is probably. No, it's the first beta one. So maybe this part could be.
So you probably
written
wouldn't
like this,
copy that one.
It's just minor things, so don't worry about it too much. It totally makes sense. So this documentation so far is.
It's a wonderful project.
Yeah,
thank you very much
it's
for
great.
it.
So far so good. So we have the very, very secretive password generated for our admin. Let me show you the configuration that we have so far. I'm gonna jump on top. So maybe you can let us know what the leader role is. I let it like this because we're gonna have one single device, and being the leader is always cool. ID is probably just a unique string, so I left it as is. Then we have the hash here. Database, I chose a very, very good password for the database user. We figured this one out. Data directory. Python path, those should be fine. So I don't know if we need to do anything with the leader role here.
Would you like to wait for the delay?
Yeah, sure. And then I think the rest of the stuff was pretty much, we just left it as is. Yeah, so here on the interfaces, I modified the IP.
So there is only the leader or a tracker.
Okay.
Leave it on leader.
And I guess the tracker is for additional sensors that you might want to add. And then maybe all, you just run like one single Postgres in that case or something like that. You collect like all the alerts in one place. This is so cool. I wasn't expecting this. That's why you need to tweet, but future versions will have multi-node architecture. That sounds awesome. Yeah, that would be super cool. All right, so we modified the both URIs for the REST. I guess it's a REST API here, and it's probably used by the main site. So left the port as default there. Uplinks. I do have a Graylog OVA that I would like to use, so I'm going to add that one later. First, we just want to see if everything works. Then we have now predictable interface names. We're in Europe, so I added 2 more channels, and I just want to test out 2.4 gigs. I guess the rest should be fine. And then what else? So I'm just gonna leave this one up for a little bit, so you can browse through it and let us know if we missed something or we need to add something here. But it's really just the interface and then the channels, and I left everything else to do. Now, this one looked a bit trickier because I could assign. So this is for our network. So here I know the SSID and the beacon rate. So figuring out these values would be a bit tricky, and I have no idea what's this fingerprint value here. So yeah, I just left it like this. I don't know if I need to maybe just comment out the whole thing for now, or leave it like this.
First.
Yeah, we can also read.
No, here.
The recommended leave this empty or default.
A list of
So this is the default then.
It is recommended to leave this empty or on default at start of, and then build it using the data.
We're being stupid because we're not looking at the. Sorry. Let me circle back. So just real quick, we're here on top. We have the lower reader ID.
Thank you.
Database, Python. So we went through these ones. I think these are good. Interfaces, just modified the IP addresses.
The channel.
Yeah, and this is the monitor part. So we have the interface name. Added the 2 extra channels for Europe. Didn't add channel 14, although I think it should be fine, but yeah. And then yeah, so this part here,
It's that, for example, the security and fingerprints strings can be copied from the web interface. But it says that leave this empty or on default. Okay, thank you, Lennart. I will just read it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You can leave the networks list empty or on default right now. Once Nzyme starts recording networks, you can fill that part of the config. It's the list of your networks and their expected state, so you can be alerted if something changes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it like this then. The auth monitor, I think these are something that I can just leave defaults now. So I think we're good, but yeah, that's as far as we got for now, and yeah, that's where we are, just configuring it, and I guess we're ready to start Nzyme. So we do want to have it start up. Just exit here. Did I modify something here?
Yes, you.
Okay, anyways, I'm gonna save it.
Do you want to open it again? Just to
Nah,
check it?
nah, we'll figure it out. There should be some sort of log, I guess, when I did something stupid, and so we can start. What's that? Yeah, look, there's the log. Maybe before I start, I will start looking at this log file because I'm pretty sure I
And the
made
other
some.
terminal.
Yeah. I have another terminal here, so I think it's a. Oops, this is not Windows. Ah, there's no such file. Okay, makes sense because we haven't started the whole thing yet. So let's start. Status. Whoops. Okay, now it's time to look at that log, I guess. Invalid configuration. See, I knew that I made some mistakes there.
Example.
Does not point to an execute. What? Okay. I did see the Python thing there, but I thought it's the. I think it's this. Let's see it. Duh! What's happening here? Start. Status. Now this is better. I think it was the Python version. It's still doing some. Where is it? Oh wait, I want to do. I'm gonna do -F so it scrolls.
These are info. Okay, that's an error.
It says that device doesn't. So let me just stop
Could not
this one.
initialize
Yeah,
probe.
so couldn't initialize probe. We're trying soon.
That will be kept.
It says it doesn't support monitor mode. Whether the new RPiOS has issues with monitor mode. Okay,
Oh.
you can do it manually.
Oh.
All right. So it's the second interface. So I'm going to say sudo reconfig.
Set skip enable monitor to true.
Okay. I'll put the wait. No, I'm going to stop it first because it's still running, I think. Oh no!
I think it was in the other.
That's in the other terminal.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's stop it. And I'm going to do the
Keep
skip.
enable
That's the one.
monitor set to true.
And then I need to start it manually, I guess. So where was I? Let's put this down and then let's see if I can remember IV config. I think it's interface name and then mode. Metro.
Correct. Other community
Okay.
has some scripts to do it automatically, but for now you can just do it with IV config.
Oh, cool. Lennart, maybe do you have the automated one, the script from? I don't know if you have like an issue open in your GitHub or something. While I'm doing this now manually. Normally you should be able to drop a link in the chat as well. Okay, so monitor mode normally should be fine.
Can you please scroll up a bit
Oh, yeah,
because I
sure.
think that you're
So monitor
Camera
mode
is
is fine. And then
oh, here's skip enable monitor through for each device. Before starting Nzyme, I execute this script. Okay.
it's okay. You don't need to format it. I will try to. And
oh, there's a page link.
oh, cool.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was doing. So
Would you like to copy that and put it on the other screen?
oh yes, sir. So this is what we got from Lennart, and that's what I did just now manually. So yeah, probably for now we're going to starting Nzyme. Now I have to make a confession that not that much of a viz. So if I want to do this at startup, where should I put this one? Should I create a file and do system? I really don't like systemd and systemcdl, but probably that will be the way to go. Anyways, let's test it out if it works, and then we can figure it out. Because I really would like to have something that starts automatically eventually, but one step at a time. So I do have this one for the configuration, right? I'm just double checking if I did the.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. We can figure it out anyways if we have time, and we can circle back. Is it monitor mode? I think we're good to test it out. So I'm going to do start, and is the I just want to do a monitor on the log file.
Do you want to clear it before or?
I think it's no. It's we're doing the tail F, so
Okay.
it's just constantly looking at it.
Info.
So it's fetching the UI. It would be good to do this just every now and then, and maybe not enable it because yeah, it takes probably it's not that big, but it takes some time. Okay, I think we've been here.
Successfully completed version
Cool.
check. Everything seems
Yeah, so it was
great.
just the monitor mode part. Now what? I forgot the what was the web interface port number? It was some higher port, so totally forgot.
229.
Yeah, that's the one. Let's check it out. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got it from the config file. I'm going to put this one aside just for now. Admin, super secret. Never. Oh, look, active alerts. So yeah, there are some unknown SSIDs. System status green. What kind of alerts do we have? So these are all the surrounding Wi-Fi networks here.
Yeah, and it discloses our location.
Well, if someone needs this to find our location, they're not doing OSM. This
Hard enough, yeah.
This is the hard way of doing it. So our company address can be determined by this, but there's an easier way, trust me. Because yeah, it's a company, so it's on our website. Where is the company address? So okay, cool. So everything seems to be looking good. Ooh, bandits.
Fancy.
Look at these bandits. What's this? Description of behavior and characteristic of a device that networks you can use. Also, these are like known signatures for these devices, like the pineapple and such. I think so. Is there a Ponagochi here? Enzyme is anonymized mode where scrambles so you don't have to dox yourself if you are a known office. Yeah, we're not really concerned about that one. Like
but I think it's very
Yeah.
nice to know it. Thank you.
And is it something that you can set in the config file? I guess. But we're if you look up even our accounts, we use our real names, and we're not really concerned. Minimize true in general. I wonder if it's in the default one.
Can you search?
Okay, so it's probably just an extra.
And anonymous.
Okay, we'll look up the documentation, but like I said, we're not really concerned about this one, so it's good. What else do we have? System status. Shutting down. Training. It's okay. Learning the networks, I think. And you click on the training and running the latest version. Some metrics here. Memory usage. This is awesome. This interface looks really cool, Lennart. I'm very impressed with this.
And you had the Ponagochi.
Okay, so here we would. And where can we find this fingerprint value?
I think it's from the config
Schedule
file, that
report.
value. What was displayed there.
Well,
that
this
is from
one,
the
yes,
config
but I mean, how can I? What goes into this? Is it like something cached together? I guess. So Lennart says
It's under networks.
I guess I need to let me click on mine. Where do we have our little target? You see the TP link with something?
Yes, I know, but it's a different TP link.
It's a free app
First one,
something.
the first
Oh
one.
yeah, of course. So network details. There it is.
Here.
So this one has two. And I wonder what we have in the
In the config.
No, that's in the config file. It's something completely different. But I'm just wondering. I just would like to know, like, how is it? If you have something there in the documentation on, I'm just interested in how it's how it's calculated. So 2 frame types used, beacon and probe response containing information tag parameters map. This kind of information. Yeah. So in the tag parameters, this is just for others.
Tell your phone.
Before we geek out too much of the fact that we have the developer of the tool with us. So tag parameters are values in management frames, like you find them in beacon frames, probe response frames, and one of them that we use for connecting is the SSID. I believe that one has ID 0, if I remember correctly, or ID 1. One of the two. I think it's ID 0. And then we have other things like the data rates, encryption type supported, and a bunch of things. And I think this is so. Lennart, just because you're here, did you came up with this fingerprint value? Because it's really neat and smart to do this kind of fingerprinting. And I haven't heard this method. We have other kind of fingerprinting methods that kind of work the same way, like jaw-free hashes, or I don't know, like John Althouse pronounces it as jaw, so I'm also pronouncing it as jaw-free, but it's the same kind of thing as, like, is it a GIF or a GIF or a or whatever. It's based on some research from others, but I don't think widely available software does this routinely. I'm seeing it right now, and it's kind of the same concept as using a jaw-free hash to characterize the device. And now I do understand why we have two. So I think we have two, but correct me if I'm wrong, but my guess is we have two for beacon and probe response, and they probably have here, because I saw here 2 fingerprints. And I guess it should work with either or, kinda. This is probably the... Oh, there's also a question mark here that gets you right there.
Oh. Add both to your config.
Ah, okay. But we have 2, and I guess we're gonna have 2 at most for the 2 different frames, right? That's my guess. That it should be, one of them is the beacon and the other one is the probe response. We should see here too, right?
Oh, then I misunderstood it. I thought that
I mean, normally if you see dozens, there's a problem with the fingerprinting. Ah, okay. So it's not because you have the 2 frames, it's just by accident that it's always 2? Is what I'm asking, yeah. Because I imagine that, like, you have 2 different things and it could have 2 different things in the frames and values. Changing tech parameters during operation. Okay, so it can be more than just 2 because yeah, it makes sense. All right, cool. Well, we can probably configure this if we want to, but I'm actually more interested in doing some additional configuration, because having this interface is awesome. Yeah, it's just additional networks are being detected, but I do want to add this to Graylog. So I think that will be a good next step.
He's asking, do you have a whiskey pineapple?
So I do have a couple pineapples lying around.
You get an alert.
I do have a couple of pineapples lying around, but yeah, okay, you're right. Let's check out some of the detection. So for example, I have a Ponagochi here. I'm going to switch it.
Oh.
Well, maybe we can test it out with that one. Just fire it up and just for a couple of seconds, because I don't want to really attack everyone in the neighborhood. And I can do a quick authentication with my phone. So I haven't seen Ponagochi in the bandits lists. Will it still potentially detect it? Just have to wait. I think it blinks once it's up. This e-ink screen is so weird because when you turn it off, you still see the frightened little picture on it. This one will also give you information about the Ponagochi that it. Okay, that sounds interesting. So now it's almost there, almost booted up. Maybe I will just put it a little bit for smartphone. I have to be very careful how I move around the Raspberry Pi here. So I'm Ponagochi starting. And we added in our Friday stream, we added also the battery indicator for this one. So I'm going to connect with my phone to our target that is right over here.
It will show the name and ID of the Ponagochi on the alert page.
So it got the handshake.
You don't want to share that.
I'm going to shut it off. The what? We show the name and ID of the alert page. No, it's fine. It's something that we might use in future assessments, but I'm not even sure because Ponagochi is really hard to do targeted anything with it. It's just jumps right at everything that it sees. You can exclude some of the networks, but in an assessment, I probably won't be able to use it anyway. So that's fine. And I also have the dealter. So can also do some fun with this. Let me just get back to the phone. I'll try to de-alt my phone as it's connecting. Just need to make sure that it's in the...
Oh, you don't want it.
I'm snapping in the battery. You probably are not that eager to see that one, but I can show you how this one works, because I think we haven't seen it on the stream yet. So this is the V-Strike de-alter. I'm gonna power it on, and there's the LCD screen. I'm going to try the de-alt. I can turn it on and off, but I think I need to select the target or something like that. Yeah, let me just select the stations here. I can find my phone. So let's see, what is the MAC address? I think it takes some time to find this one. Scan station. Okay. So I'm just scanning for stations now, and you can see how the number increases. So I just went for the scan option because I want to find my phone and run the DL only on the phone and nothing else. And we'll see what we can detect. All right, so it says done. I'm gonna go to do the selection now, sorry. And try to find my phone here. Okay, look at this one. So it's the top one here. I'm making it harder to see the other devices. I'm not even sure, but it's probably ours because I have a lot of devices here in the lab. But it should be fine. Okay, and I'm going to select with attacks. I also want to do I think the beacon one, so I will do the de-alt. And the beacon one is let's do one at a time. So I'm going to do some de-alt here. 40 out of 40. So that should be enough. And my phone got disconnected, so it worked. And then I also want to do the beacon one. I think it's the prank one where the SSIDs are gonna be the never gonna give you up lyrics. So I also want to see how that looks. I think it's just gonna be a bunch of SSIDs, new SSIDs. So do this one as well. I guess that's it. I'm gonna do it one more time. Make sure that we capture something, and it's right on top of the Raspberry Pi. So this should be something that it picks up. All right, let me just see how I can turn this one off. I think there's no easy way. Like I cannot just hold on the power button. It doesn't just turn off. I'm going to remove the battery instead. Okay, with it too. Not sure about the Pi sniffer. I'm gonna leave it there now. And let's see what we have, because I see lots of alerts and good things here. So we have 10 alerts and 2 active contacts. So there's bandit contact. And then unknown SSID. So yeah, it worked. Look! It detected it. So this is something that the de-alter has it, and if you use Node MCU and just refresh it, it has the same expressive chip, or maybe a different one. I don't know which one is this using. No, it's using the ESP82 one, and I think the Node MCU also has the same chip. So you can run this attack and it will just do some gibberish. Let me see what Lennart was writing here. Okay, this is the previous one. So we do have here bandits. I want to see the bandits here. So this is the de-alter. It says active still. And this is also the author. So these two are probably just different signatures for the author. That's pretty cool. And then Pwned. There's Pwnagochi advertisement here. Version. Wow, it even detects the version. Wow, how do you do this? That looks really neat. That it even grabs the version, and you said there's also the ID, so
it's magic.
It's magic. There is. Okay, I'll have to look into this and read up on this and watch the video. Which is popular and mostly automated, uses parasitic protocol embedded in beacon frames. Okay, I did not know that. So I'm still learning about the Pwnagochi, but this is super interesting. Okay, we'll try to check this one. I don't know if what details you have in the logs, but we'll check that one next, because this one works fantastically. And then I also want to just get a Graylog here up and running. So I went the lazy route, Lennart, and I just grabbed the OVA VM. So I think this is all included, everything there. So I'm gonna beef it up a little bit. Not sure if we need to update it, but let's update it to the latest, greatest version. Do I have now I'm just ruining the VM. Did I make a snapshot?
Yes, you did.
Okay, it's now instincts. So I'm gonna beef this one up, and we have a pretty powerful laptop here, although I'm not sure how it will. Yeah, probably this is a bit too much. But I want to make sure that we have plenty of resources. Well, that's the only VM that we're going to be running. So let's power it up and see how it works. And I need to figure out what's the default password. Do we have a description here or something? I didn't read. Did you see a description? Graylog. Overall credentials. Oops, not invalid credit. What's the root password? Okay. Okay, Ubuntu. Should be good.
Oh, it says.
Okay.
Yeah.
Important password. I didn't even check what was the network setting for this one, but it's this is the this is okay. It's bridged. That's good. I need bridged, so it's awesome. And it says I better take good note of this one. For work, great meeting you. Shoot me an email if it's recorded. Yeah, we're going to have the recording after the stream, so you will be able to see what other mistakes we'll make along the path. So it's gonna be under the videos after the stream. And thank you for jumping in, Lennart. We really appreciate it. Yeah. And if you haven't followed the stream, please follow in. We have other good stuff coming up. Usually on Mondays we do more like blue team oriented things, Wednesdays more red team, and then
thank you.
And then Friday is more something hardware related. This Friday is gonna be torture for everyone, but we're gonna put together a 3D printer. That's yeah, we'll start. No, but I want to finish it. I do want to finish it. So again, thank you for jumping in. This was a fantastic surprise. I'm gonna take note of these in that file. So 100, 68, 50, 100, and then admin. What is it? TW.
Capital T, capital W, 3 N, capital N.
Wait, that's too fast, too fast.
Lowercase
I
J,
think I got it.
W, capital F.
And then publish it to the internet. No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that. Ubuntu. All right. Wow. So that means I don't really have to log in because it has the IP assigned. That should be good. So if we go here. Oh. What is it? Oh no, this is not the ever. Neat. That's why I wanted to download the OVA, because I imagine it's for testing purposes. You can just download it. Now what?
Going back to the documentation.
Yeah. We're gonna go back to the documentation. I think under uplinks we might have some. So. Okay, configuration. So I did look at Graylog in the past, but I'm not sure what I need to do on the Graylog side. So chunky. Okay. But yeah, I think I'm going to check, because exactly for this I googled it, like how to do this, and the first thing I found, it's not really what we want, but I do have this blog post here, and the person is using Docker. So instead of Docker, we're just going to forget about the oh yeah, I think he already left. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just ignore the Docker part, and yeah, we don't need the Docker compose. Yeah, so I think this one, yeah, this is what I want to do. Let's do the Graylog side first. So system inputs.
System.
Okay. Inputs. No inputs. That's easy. What was it like?
G.
Is it this one?
I think.
Galf. Yeah. Okay. And then launch new input, I guess. Just like this. Oop. Title. Enzyme. I'm gonna call this enzyme. I think we're just gonna leave everything. Like, let me check what they do.
Options are available.
I think that's it.
We just
Yeah. Okay. Connection this before continuing. Connect. I'm gonna do this from the Raspberry Pi because that way I can check if we're able to reach it. So this port number, is this good? One 2 2 0 1. Yep, that looks good. Was it 50? 100, right?
Yes.
I just left the thing there. Show receive messages. Oh, I think this is it. It works. So, sure, yeah, this is cool. That's it. That's why Graylog is so awesome, because it's much easier to get started with it. So, okay, so this is indexed and up and running. We should get the uplink part here. This doesn't really specify anything aside from, well, this is the type, so this is probably the one that we need. I'm gonna grab this one. The others are UDP, so yeah. I'm gonna grab, but this is UDP like twice. Strange. There's the config file. There's updates. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna exit and reopen it. Okay, type Graylog, that's good. The host, I'm going to use the IP. Okay. 100, thank you. And then port is different.
1.
Go back to inputs. Yep, that's good. Okay, we have the port number here. It's good to me. And then
Should be this.
yeah, definitely. I think we need to restart. And I also want to monitor it to see. We have this. Training period is over. Okay, so Nzyme. Check something. That's so weird. Like the viewer count is like absolutely nowhere near what's the actual viewer count is. I think this is really just better really to turn it off, because it's not the real number.
What is the real number?
Oh, that one over there.
Oh, really?
Like way more than what we see here. Yeah, those are all people in the chat. So I don't know. It's weird. What are you doing, Twitch? So okay. Restart. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Hopefully you can still like enjoy the whole configuration part. I'm going to stop and start. But we already saw some cooler alerts. We had the developer here. How cool is that? And then we're going to... my goal is to have things in Graylog. And then see what is available there. So stopped. We're going to... start it. And I also want to do the status. Okay. Looks better. So let's see, shutting down, onset system status. I think it's good. Skipping disabled alert, callback file, SID, initializing, fetching. Okay, so this is still the part that it fetches the OUI. Done. Registering uplink, Graylog. Well, there's this line saying registering uplink, and then it's the usual stuff. Well, let's see if we have something in Graylog. That's the easiest way.
Oh, wow.
That is neat. That is really cool. Awesome. Let's see what kind of data we have here. So let me just try to scroll. I think it's just started loading in, so we don't see anything here. Can I do like last 5 minutes or so? Oh, data is coming in, folks. Data is coming in. All right, let's see what we have. So there's a timestamp. So Graylog, if you never used it, is based on Elasticsearch, but the parsing and the interface is not from the Elastic stack, but it's using its own parsers instead of Logstash. It is not Kibana for the GUI, but it's this interface that you see here, and I think it's pretty easy on getting started. So it doesn't have it's much more what I like in Graylog for the very little time that I just tested it really is that it's a very nice clean interface. Feeding in data a lot easier because I mean there's a benefit for Logstash as well. Now Eva knows because she did that class last week. But you can really get into the weeds with Logstash and just like keep on creating the configuration, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna parse this one out, I'm gonna do a lookup here, there, and you end up with hundreds of lines for Logstash configuration, which is great because it's very customizable. But I think to just get something up and like we're 2 hours in, we have the sensor running, detecting stuff, and we have the data loaded in. Now I wonder if we have like all the data loaded in, so I want to try. I want
to go back to the log.
What do you mean?
Log
this
file.
Is what log?
Yes, and we were checking.
This is just the system. So it's just the status of Nzyme. No, I mean if we have the alerts right now. But okay, so what we have here, so it's Graylog is a really good log analysis platform, really cool. So there's signal to noise ratio, channel number, frequency, which is kind of it's kind of overlapping, but it's the exact frequency. Then we have the encryption. That's kind of weird. So maybe for Lennart, I mean, this is kind of wasteful, don't you think? That we have like is WPA1 to, I mean, it can be, oh, okay, no, I get it. No, scratch that. This makes more sense now that I thought of it, because you can enable multiple encryption types and then you just need to check one. So this is again for easier parsing. It's easier to parse it this way. Then there's message, received beacon, frame record. There's the sensor ID, signal quality, source, SSID, subtype, transmitter. Cool. So this is our little SSID. Probe request. Other things. I wonder how we can find like alerts. So I will try to I'll try to do some search. And I need to remember. I think it's like this. Oh, because it has, okay, so it is uppercase. I did remember that it's, I think it's not super picky on the syntax, but like, yeah, this one doesn't work. Okay, so, and alert, like this, I don't know. Yeah, I guess this is not the right way. Maybe uppercase alert or something like that. I'm gonna close up a couple parts of the documentations here, folks, because I'm starting to get lost. This was useful to set up thing. Admin. Let's try to search for Ponagochi or something like that. I don't know if you can search it like this, or maybe white carded.
In the last
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Might be the problem. I don't know if you can do like white card. Well, Ponagochi was at the beginning of the message one. So let's try something like this. still no. I think I need to figure out the field or something like that. Maybe under inputs, is there like fields that were parsed or something like that? Manage extractors, more. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna go too much into here. I'll figure it out. Okay, let's take a step back. So this one is the source identifier. I'm pretty sure if I delete this one, then it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna work. The other thing I can do is I can just generate some traffic and then see if we see the alerts there. Or there was this fingerprint thing. Maybe I will try to, yeah, that should work, right? This is the fingerprint. So I'm gonna search for this. Huh? Come on. What trans? What?
It was longer. Maybe it's different.
No, I'm pretty sure this. See? Or maybe this is just identity. Okay, maybe I'm not so sure. See this one. Yeah, I really need to figure out how to like do a wildcard here on a given value, but apparently it's not just like adding here the value. Okay. What else we can do then? I'll try to look for
SSID.
No, one thing that I do know is show top values. This is a neat thing that you can do. But this is just giving me the list of SSIDs. But you can create these aggregations very, very easily. So I'm going to create a dashboard here. So looking at SSID, that's pretty useful. What else could be useful? Subtypes. I think that's also pretty useful. And I can just put this one. So let's create a simple dashboard. I just want to see what we can find with these. So these are easy aggregations. What happened with my timeline here? I'm gonna put the timeline here on top. There's nice search and there's a timeline here. I don't know, 30 minutes?
No.
Ah, okay, so it was just the scale. Ooh. We still need to find the alerts though. Maybe there's message or something like that. Add to table. I'm gonna add it to the query. I have an idea. Was it bandit or this? White card. Why is it not working? This is a bit frustrating now. Okay.
Do we want to?
Yeah, but I don't know exactly where I should. Just unknown SSID. Okay, SSID, like never gonna say goodbye. That one should work. Come on. Actually, even like here, I should probably see it. Let me just try to modify the aggregation here. Sorting by count. Do an ascending order. Why is it not finding it? I don't believe this. Okay, we're going to get there. I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to re-enable the Phonagochi as well, and we should see some messages coming in, I think. There's also this ID value. Oh, but it would be nice to know what is the alert format or something like this. In the meantime, I have the Phonagochi firing up, so we're going to see if we can catch some of the alerts that it's generating. I'm going to set this one for like every 2 seconds, 30 minutes, and then we're constantly going to look for the alerts here. Going to do a connection to the access point so that the little Phonagochi device, oh, now it's waiting. I need to rejoin when it's awake. Do you see any alerts popping up?
It's too fast.
I'm pretty sure we have the alerts here somewhere. Enzyme message type. Top values. No, there's the alert. Okay, so then I'll just
exclude the
no,
frame.
yeah, no. I'm gonna go and do enzyme. What was the message type thing?
Frame record.
Yeah. I'm going to say add to query, but it's gonna be alert. Ha! See? So we're going to figure it out. Okay, and these are the this kind of also verifies what I was suspecting, that because we just connected it, it doesn't transfer magically all the previous alerts and logs. So we had none, and it was needed that I turn off the Phonagochi. But now we have this one, so we can analyze it a little bit. Should I do also I'll redo the authentication so we can see a bit more and check out what we can. Always the wrong polarity. We're going to redo the authentication just real quick so we have a bit more alert. Because I think the interesting thing to do here would be to have like the things like alert messages or alert frequency, alert name. Alert name could be also interesting. I just want to make another table here, or like alert types or something like that. This wasn't a great success. Alert frequency, alert type. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have gone with name, but the type.
You can edit
Sorry.
it.
Nah, this is faster. Look. Show top values. Alright. We're getting there. We have a cool dashboard. Alright. In the meantime, if you have any requests, you want to see something, you have an idea what we should try in addition to these, then let us know. In the meantime, I'm not sure if we saw what I configured here, so just going to repeat it. We already have the Ponagochi sleeping. I'm just going to repeat the attacks, but I want to do the beacon frame one. I'm going to do the probe request one as well, or maybe one by one, just one. So starting, so this is going to be the never gonna give you up thing as beacon frames. In between them, I would say let's do a de-authentication. I just need to make sure that I have my target selected. So the stations, that's the same, right? Looks the same. Yeah. So this is the come on, zoom, focus. Yeah, there it is. So that's gonna be our target. That's my mobile phone. And then we just go and do the authentication attack here, like the auth card. We're gonna see how, just to show you how this looks in action. Perfecto. So my phone is gonna be disconnected from this network here once I hit start. Boop, there it is, so disconnected. And then it does reconnect. That's what we exploit when we do the attack. Yeah, let's do the probe one as well. So let's get the focus right. We're going to do the probe request. I think it's the same as the beacon one, so probably even going to have the same kind of SSIDs. They're never gonna give you up type of SSID spam. By the way, little known fact, but you might see it here and there. SSID, it's 30 bytes. You can put anything that you want there, including
Unicorns.
Well, unicorns, yes, but Unicode. That's what I'm, yeah. Unicode unicorns, I guess. So, okay, let's do I'm gonna switch back and let's do a refresh because it stopped updating after we created this nice dashboard. So I'm going to just do click the pay button and yeah, I generated a couple of alerts. So now we see the Ponagochi. I'm totally gonna check what's in there. Probably we should capture some packets for later. Bandit contact, unknown SSID, and we have here, yeah, alerts on all of these. We're going to circle back to this solution. I'm going to put everything aside, I think, because I do want to configure our pineapples for the assessment. So that's probably going to be next week, maybe next week's either Wednesday or Friday. Haven't decided yet. Depends on how we're doing on Friday. And then yeah, so this looks pretty cool. Oh, I need to remove this part here. Now this looks more interesting, but you can filter on the alert. We have here the different frame types. So we saw here the auth. Those are all tied to the attack that we run, I think. This was pretty interesting to see. I wonder if I filter, can I filter like this? Up to query. Yeah, it's not tied to the attack, so I think it's the alerts and the types are not necessarily tied. One cool thing about all this is it does not record that much data, so it's enough to do an investigation even, but it doesn't record every part of the packet. So I think this is kind of safer or better a little bit. And then what else do we have here? I think this is pretty much all that we can get from Graylog. Now, So one thing is that it's still, we could fix that one now, but I don't think it's too interesting to make sure that the, is it not exiting? Oops. Yeah. It's the power cable. It was loose as I was messing around here. So we need to wait until it comes back. But it is interesting as well, because my main problem here is that, yeah, it will take some time, that now the interfaces will not come up properly. So it's not gonna, I think it's not gonna put it in monitor mode. It's probably going to fail the same way as before. That's very. Yeah, so now these are in managed mode. I wonder how we can increase my first service, because I'm gonna make service like this. So your dot service file should look like this. Okay, this is easy enough, I think. Okay, so we're going to attempt this because I think it's a really important step to make sure that the interfaces are in monitor mode. Let me just I want to check first the status. Seriously? Okay. So system ET system. Status Nzyme. Okay, so it's running, but it's probably not able to do much. And I need to SSH back here. I'm just getting back to my terminals because, like I said, the case is not perfect and it's a bit loose on the cable. No, I wanted to detail. Why is not? Because probably nothing was saved in the bash history. Yeah, nothing was saved in the bash history. Tail. What was it? Var log. Probably an enzyme one. I think this is it. Yeah, so it's still struggling. Let's put it out of its misery and to stop it. And let's try to. Okay. Let's try to auto start the where am I? The service. So we're going to create a file here. Sudo nano system. Let's call it Wi-Fi monitor service, right? Monitor mode. And I should do this, and where the script that we got. Yeah, I mean, okay, this is future proof if you want to enable more than one interfaces, but I think I'm just going to have the one. Config. I just want to add this one. And we need to put this one somewhere. I'm gonna put it here. There. I just forgot to get the interface name. It's okay. I'm going to save this one now. Grab it. Go back. I'm going to delete these two. Okay. It doesn't matter where I put it. Well, we're just gonna test this one out if it works. I don't think we need the install. Do we do wanted by mod start? Is this? Why is the install part necessary? System DEA. I'm gonna leave it like this. Need this and oops. I don't need another terminal. Pi. What's the name I gave this one? Okay. Saving it. No. I think I will try it out first. Sudo.
Oh.
And probably we should make it executable. No?
That's not
That helps, right?
Yeah.
That helps. Monitor mode, me likey. So let's try to restart it now. How does that sound? Oh no, we need to register the service first, because like this it will not. Oh yeah. No, this is fine. I mean, it's executable for everyone. We need to enable it to run it at boot. So my first place in like
that's the service name.
okay, so it's .service is whatever gonna be the it's Wi-Fi monitor mode service, right?
No, just Wi-Fi.
I mean, yeah, but I think it works like this as well. I think it should work. Created symlink. Should we try to reboot it? See if it works. Sudo reboot. I think we're getting there. It would be cool to have it automatically start. And then we still have a little bit of time. We can take a quick look at Kismet, maybe. If this works. Because then it's a working solution. But I think this was pretty smooth. Like we had a couple things in the document, but we had the developer, yeah. That definitely helps when you have the developer there. That is so cool. The internet. No, it's still in managed mode. I didn't do it.
Basic humanity restored.
Why is it still in managed mode?
Now we check the script.
Yeah. The script works.
I mean
so...
the content. No, it's if I start like this. Yeah, because the interface name is correct, right?
Yeah. Well, I copied it and it's the predictable interface name, and if I run it, it does put it there. It's just okay. Maybe it's not like a service that I need to run because it, I don't know. Yeah, because I only need to run this once, but yeah. Yeah, so this is stupid. I actually will probably disable it because we don't need a service for this. That was a dumb idea. I don't know why I wanted to do a service. Disable. No, because I just need this script to execute. RC local, okay. Oh, that's not sure about that one. Cron, yeah, we could use just a cron job. Should do it, right? For the reboot. The only problem is that I'm not sure how it's going to okay, I don't know. Do we still use RC local? Things ready. Oh, maybe it's wait. Because there's a simple one. I'm just looking at this one here, so yeah. I'm gonna drop it here, so sorry about that one. So I'm still looking for systemd to run this. I'm just not that familiar with systemd, but I'm trying. So I think type simple should be that should be good. Simple mean. What is the behavior of one shot is similar to simple? Our service manager will consider it up. The main process exists. Probably we need like let's try one shot or simple. I think that still could be. Oh, what was the? That's good. I think we just need to add something like this here. Shot. Let's try. I'm going to go back and enable. Let's see. If this doesn't work, I'll move on and we'll see Kismet. Just to install it maybe, and see if we can get it up and running, and then we'll call it a stream. Yeah, I think that was missing, the one shot thing. It doesn't mean that it started like on time, but it will. Nzyme will try to do it repeatedly, I think. Now we see it like multiple times, trying and trying and trying. I'm gonna find it. Like I'm not going to. No, I'm not gonna find it. Right, I have to type it in. Sudo nano. What is it? Etsy Nzyme, right? Nzyme call is for the. What do I want to do with the configuration file? I don't want to do anything with the configuration file.
You want to check the logs?
Yeah.
Bar.
Wonder if you have the tail one now.
Ah, you're right.
This is good. At least it's not. I think if we have this one here, it means it's good.
Yeah, because previously we had an error. So.
All right, this is cool. So works automatically on startup. That's neat. I wanted to check the status. I think. Cool. Service. Status.
One. No?
No.
But you're not created.
System CTL was the problem. Okay, nice, healthy, up and running. Do we have the logs still? Gonna close this one. Admin. Let's check the interface. Dashboard. Okay, all green. Do an update here. Probably last 30 minutes is now out of the time frame. So this was when we messed around. And then, okay, so starts up automatically. Does the detection. I'm super happy. Okay, we still have 23 minutes-ish. So I say let's try to install also Kismet. And configure it potentially to the other interface. Now, I am going to add the. That was actually pretty stupid that I didn't add the eventually to the script. The other interface name. I'm going to grab from here because I do need both of them in monitor mode. So I don't know why I didn't add it. It's one. It was just a space, right? Yes. It should work. Okay.
You can run it.
That's right. Yep. Right. So this is in monitor because with Kismet, you definitely it has the same kind of feature that it tries to put the card into monitor mode. Never works for me. Never. At least not with the new Kismet version. So downloads. Package repositories. So we're going to install it because we have everything up and running for the enzyme part, which I'm very happy. What is it called? Enzyme. The Debian version, which is also for Raspberry Pi. Oh, the $sign. It hurts. It hurts. I feel physical pain when I see this. Just remove this.
Did you know that if you just do it with Alt, you can delete that?
Again?
You don't have to delete line by.
But like
with Alt and then you select it.
Oh yeah, no, well, okay. No, this is fine. I removed the dollar signs.
Space.
What space?
Dollar sign.
Oh yeah, the space too. So yeah, once we get rid of it, then should be able to install Kismet. I'm not gonna update them. I just want to install it. Kismet for now. Okay, this is plenty of packages. And again, if you would like to try out anything, well, what's this? Kismet uses multiple helper programs to capture the packets. Installing Kismet can be installed so that members of the Kismet system group can reconfigure network interfaces and capture packets. This behavior is more secure as it allows Kismet to operate without root privileges except on... Oh yeah, this is... Okay, so this is for suid root. Yeah, that's... Because, yeah, we're not gonna run this as root, but with a lower privilege user. But it does require root privileges, because... Actually, I'm not sure it does. If I start the if I start the interface in monitor mode, I'm not sure. Or maybe to get the actual packets. So you're still doing it in promiscuous mode. And I think for that maybe it's required. Just checking my playlist because I think we're approaching almost the end. There's one more song. Intuition. Okay. Now we need to figure out. So we have this one installed. What? Starting Kismet.
I think that our cameras are frozen.
Oh, that could be. Give it a quick fix for this one. Second. Going to fix that one. This is OBS. It's for some reason after a couple hours, it's just killing the cameras. I need to activate and reactivate it. But yeah, it should be up. Okay. That I'm launching Kismet, so I am interested in automatically launching it. Ah, another service file. But now we know how to do it. So,
now.
Yeah. Service. Okay, but we do have this one at least because we chose the right one. Oh, but this installs the service file. I think it's just not enabled by default. So let's check it. Sudo nano. No, it doesn't. Okay. Kismet can run with no options. Configure for the BATNA. Well, I do want to specify the. I think I will do it like this. Let's first just check it, and then we can install the service. So, I'm going to start it here. Listening.
25.
Go to find driver. Make sure. Go to launch.
But there were errors before.
Yeah.
That. And even before that.
It's weird. But why is it? Well, it should be available here. It's in monitor mode. Wonder what's. Wonder what's the issue. Because normally Nzyme is only using one interface. But we have the other one for Kismet.
Yeah, let's start from the
yeah, but it's scrolling away, so that's all we had.
Could not read session.
What if I'm gonna start it like this? Because this one said everything is configured from the web interface. Bit too loud, sorry about that one. And then we're just going to go to the interface. Username. I'm gonna do admin. Okay. Why can I select the? I think it's. data source, but it's I can't remember. I did this once, I think, and it's kind of flaky and hard to make it work properly. I think once we have the interface, no. I'm not sure. Okay, I tell you what. And maybe I will update the packaging. We do have it like sort of running. It's just not picking up the right interface. And I'm trying the right interface here. Right? Let's try it again. Well, yeah, this is not great when it's all turned off. It's kind of hot. No, it should be fine. It should be fine. But it might have been the issue, so try to plug it back in, and I will
put something.
Yeah, no, it's fine. This or sideways, just to have some airflow. Yeah, this case I think it's not sufficient, so I'm going to get it out, and I have some proper ones with ventilation, and there's no heatsink also on the processor, so and we're putting it under pretty heavy load. And yeah, I cannot plug it in properly. That's also not great. So Kismet cases, yeah, they look great, not fantastic from usability perspective. So I think some other cases will be way better in terms of like practical usage. But hey, it's cool. Like I did not notice this until I tried to plug in something, and apparently the airflow is not great in these cases. Very okay. So everything is in monitor mode. This is the right interface. So no. That is very, very strange. Wonder what else is missing. And it's fine. Launching case. I'm pretty sure I was we're following these steps.
You wanted to?
I'm not sure. I wonder if I did the release or the nightly one.
You want to check in?
Yeah, no, I mean I will check it in the services. Wonder if that might have been the problem. No, this is the release one. Oh. I'm gonna try it one more time. So I'm gonna remove it. Maybe update all the packages. It's move. Okay, and then right. Meantime, I'm just trying to do a bit more relaxed music here. Okay. Because I haven't seen anything really crazy or special that we need to just did these. I don't know if it's the interface or something. We can try also the other interface. I'll shut down Nzyme for a sec and give it a try. Because my end goal would be to have both on the same device. That would be really, really, really. This is systemctl. Stop Nzyme service going on. And maybe this will also update some of the packages. Not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see. We cannot end it like this. It should work. No, it's just notification. Someone going live. Starting. Oof. Debugging, and they fire up GBB. Okay, that's hardcore.
That is debug.
Yeah, that's a bit too hardcore for my taste. So you must. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Run as root. I think that might have been a problem. Okay, let me just reinstall it because I think I was just running it as Kismet.
Yes.
But it needs to be root.
But this on the error message.
No, it has to be root.
Yes, but I mean that
it
would have been nice to have it.
This is Linux. Nothing is obvious and nothing works.
We are not here to help you.
Sudo Kismet. We can try it like this. I'm not sure.
No, still.
Well, yeah, but I'm
can
sure
you please go back to that part?
One sec. I just want to try something. Oh, yeah, I need to say that. Yeah, it wasn't root. Duh! Okay. Well, this is towards the end of the stream, so now this is nice. I would not like normally I would start it with the interface name, but I think if we enable the source like this, we should see the data coming in, and we do. Yeah, the sudo was missing. Sorry about that. Yeah, but we got it. We got it. We're always gonna end the stream on a high note. I have no idea about the alerts and such, but yeah, there's something here. Kismet is running as root. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think we still need to do the SUID settings, but I think if we started up as a service, we still have time. We can finish up maybe the configuration to do a service. I'm just wondering if now I do like the authentication or something like that. Do I have the? I just want to have everything up and running. So I think we don't need. Well, maybe we do need that one. I don't know. Yeah, I'll leave these ones. But where do we have the enzyme one? It's still starting up, I think. It will get there. In the meantime, I'm gonna snap back in my deauthenticator. How is it possible that every time I snap in the battery, it's always with reverse polarity?
But you even checked now. You checked it. And
yeah, but there's no, because these batteries are horrible. These are, by the way, for e-cigarettes normally. That's where they usually use them. And so I'm just repeating the same attack for deauthentication, but I need to select my oops, sorry. My phone with the appropriate MAC address. I can't see it right now. Oh, these are access points, sorry. No, still don't see it. I'm going to scan for the stations. It'll take a little time. And now let's see if Enzyme is up now. Okay, that's good. Admin. But it's already a good sign that we can run the two next to each other. Active contact. It already sees it. Ooh. I think because the bandit here in this case is the yeah, wow. Not even just scanning and it's already identifying it. That's neat. This is neato. I like it. Yeah, let's try to get back, find my phone. Select station. It's the second one now, but it's good. We have it. I want to run the deauth attack. Oh, let's do a Christmas tree. We're ending it on a high note, so everything enabled. Not sure if you can see it, but I enabled all of the attacks. We're going to kick it in like this. Boom. we go out with a bang for the end of the stream. So this should probably drive Enzyme crazy. I think it takes there's probably some little delay there. But okay, what does Kismet see? Yeah, oh cool. Look, there's some denial of service. So I would say mission accomplished, precisely on time. So 3 hours precisely. We have, and let me just check also. Graylog is keep getting the alert. I'm not sure why is it not seeing the whole thing. I think it's just like some delays there. It'll pick it up. Okay, I'm not worried. So it's still up and running, and should see the already identified the author when I just turned it on actually. So it's even more responsive. But now we have two systems running. Well, one last thing that we can do quickly is to make sure that it starts on system startup. So I'm going to use probably two. Ooh, yeah, it's detecting stuff. This was Kismet, so we can do the same thing as we did with what's its name? With the monitoring. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was needed for Nzyme, but it was the monitor mode. Whoops. Okay. Seriously? This one, but yeah. Oh, it's Wi-Fi monitor mode. I'm just going to probably... But this one is not going to be a one-shot. And we also need to service. I'm just not sure if I need to add anything, or this will be sufficient. I think it should be good like this. Let's try it out. If it doesn't work, we're not gonna spend more time on it, but and here Kismet service.
The user.
Okay. Not sure if it will work like this, but we will give it one try, and then if it doesn't, then we'll leave it. I'll figure it out later, and I promise on Wednesday I'll tell you what was the final thing. I think it's just because I want to start it immediately to do the monitoring, so I wonder if it works like this.
What about?
No, that's the because
that's
it's
the
the
user,
sleeve
yeah.
thing, yeah. I'm not sure if this will be okay. We should probably learn systemd. Eventually, at least. Didn't install the service, but to enable it.
Can you please check on?
Well, this is really now the cherry on top thing, so oh, okay. Yeah, so okay, this one requires some extra work. I don't want to spend too much time on this, so let's leave it. I forgot to enable the service anyway, but normally this would be the way to go. So to automatically launch it, you install a service. But I think it's, yeah, some extra hassle that you need to get through, but once you have it, then you will have Kismet running, Graylog. You can also send the Kismet logs, those are in JSON format, I think, to Graylog the same way, and then parse it up, so you can totally do that one this will probably take some time to load up. And that's all that we planned for today, and I'm very happy that we got through all the steps with the developer of Nzyme and Graylog. So Lennart was so nice to jump in
and
help us out with the initial configuration. So that's all that we planned for today, and I'm very happy. I think we got all the objectives. About the upcoming streams, as a reminder for those of you who joined later. So tomorrow there's gonna be the Hack Ashley meetup in Hungarian with Zoli, if you're Hungarian, or you can try to get some subtitles under it. I think it should work with something like Google Translate. So if you like enable the audio and put it into Google Translate, it will translate it for you. Then Wednesday, we're going to continue with Flaws Cloud, the first one, and then move on to the second one. And then on Friday, we're going to put together the 3D printer, hopefully. And that's it. So that's the plan. Haven't seen anyone who would be a good potential raid. Yeah. So we're going to close this up. I don't see Tiberius was there last week, but he usually starts later, so I was kind of surprised that we could rate him. But we're going to close this one. Hope you enjoyed it. This was a bit slower pace, but at the end we got everything. And for those who missed it, or you want to rewatch it later, maybe we're gonna have the recording up and running after we end the stream. So thank you for sticking with us for this stream as well. Hope that you will join in the next streams and have a wonderful evening or afternoon, or I think it's about to get like early in the morning in like Pacific region. So or have a wonderful day. Yeah, so that was all for today, and see you in the next stream. Bye.
Thank you. Have a great day, afternoon, or